Hello, classmates and professor. My name is Stephanie Munguia, and welcome to this week's lab. Today we will be doing a stoichiometry lab. Before we start, I'm going to review what the term stoichiometry means. Stoichiometry reaction is the numerical relationship between the reactants and the products. A good example to better understand stoichiometry is with cookies, the reactants being the ingredients and the products being the cookies. The purpose for this lab will be to teach students how to calculate the theoretical maximum of substance provided by the kit using stoichiometry, as well as performing a precipitation and measure the final results in order to figure out how much of the substance we could get back. Now I'll show the process of how we did the lab. Put on your safety gloves and goggles. Use the graduated cylinder to measure 25 milliliters of distilled water. Add 25 milliliters of distilled water to each of the two 100 milliliters glass beakers. Place the plastic weight-board on the scale until it reads 0 grams. Use the metal spatula to measure 1.50 grams of calcium chloride dehydrate. Carefully add the calcium chloride dehydrate to one of the beakers containing 25 milliliters of distilled water. Measure the calculated amount of sodium carbonate and carefully add it to the 25 milliliters of distilled water in the second 100 milliliters glass beaker. Use the stir rod to stir the sodium carbonate and break apart any clumps until it is fully dissolved into the water. Pour the sodium carbonate solution into the 100 milliliters glass beaker into the beaker containing the calcium chloride dehydrate solution. Swirl the beaker to fully mix the two solutions. Wash the empty glass beaker with soap and water and dry with paper towel. Fold and round filter paper into a cone shape. Place the folded filter paper into the funnel and damp it with small amount of distilled water. Swirl the contents of the beaker to dislodge any precipitation with the sides, and while holding the filter paper open, slowly pour the contents of the beaker into the filter paper lined funnel. all liquid has drained from the funnel, carefully remove the filter paper from the funnel and place it on a paper towel in a warm location. Let the filter paper dry before measuring. As we are able to see from the data, we were able to get 83.8% of the substance back. Unfortunately, in order for the lab to be a success, it had to be 100%, in which I wasn't able to meet. The percent error was caused by mistakes done in the lab. The funnel paper got wet before using it in the lab, in which it must have caused a mistake while transferring substance. In order not to make the same mistakes again, I'll make sure to know my materials better and read more carefully the instructions. We have reached the end of this lab. Thank you so much for your attention and see you next time.